Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another session of The Breath of Fiction. As always, my name is Radicor, otherwise known as Just Dessert, and today we are joined by DCC Rules, otherwise known as Dan Cook, and this is
Yeet.
Sparta. Yeah, sorry. And this is Sparta, otherwise known as, because my Spanish still sucks.
Segunda Compañía CBFDC.
All right, and not just and so in the Spanish, so we don't forget, we also have Machine Court with us today, otherwise known as SAR. Even though she's probably going to be there. Hello,
Hello.
say hi in the chat. Okay,
There
she said
you
hi.
are.
She said hi.
For
Even
anyone
if you could hear
who
it.
can't see the chat, because that'll be everyone. Because sorry, it was already putting up on the screen instead of freaking Rad's screen for once.
I don't know, man. I mean, she's up there as a ghost. You can see that in the illustration, in the one looking up above it, aren't you?
She's spooky. She said,
Spooky Sar.
"Oh no, are we going full Anno way? Oh no,
Oh,
I
Oh
fucking
no!
killed."
Oh god! Here we go.
somebody shoot me already.
No, not okay, okay. All right, but for all of you joining us today we're going to do another, well, less traditional recording, because today we're going to do a free form discussion of an AU we like to call the First Responder AU. So, would you
Which
you guys like
actually,
to?
I want to say, this idea did stem from early discussions between me and Sparta about his AU before he had most of his ideas settled down. We went kind of in two very different directions with it, as you'll probably see as this goes on.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
would you like to explain, either of you, about what the AU is going to be about?
So, which country did we say it was going to take place in again?
Well, I mean,
Honestly, I didn't pick a specific location.
let's just
You
do
know, we could,
America for why not? Because honestly, in
yeah,
Japan, it's
like
not.
it doesn't have to be a
Yeah.
specific place. If anything, we can, do the, you know, DC Universe kind of thing and say, oh, it's this place called Gotham, which is roughly based on New York City. It's Kimetsu City, whatever the fuck. Who cares?
All right.
Well,
Yeah, we
either
can do
way, we could
America.
just give it Japanese name and just say it's like this. Because in all honesty, I've seen the like
Big Hero 6,
no, I've been to an actual Japanese
San
police station
Francisco.
in Japan, and they told me that apparently I think it was like 600 emergency calls a year is like considered wow for Japanese school children.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Whereas to us, that's like in a month at the very
That's in a
least.
day in some places.
Yeah, I know. I was just being conservative because it's not everywhere the same. But we could just
Great.
say
Here we go with politics again. Rad's being conservative.
Oh, boy.
conservative and liberal are relative in reference. But then again, that doesn't mean they both can't be radical.
Mm-hmm.
But
Or
anyways,
radical.
yeah. But anyways, so we're going in this AU. We're going to be talking about our different KNY characters translocated into a universe where they are all part of. I believe it was three different systems in the first responders, which one of them being the police force, the second being the firefighting force, and the third being the medical force, basically like first responders, EMTs, the hospital, doctor, healthcare system, yada yada yada, in that kind of respect.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all right. Good. So we all good?
Yep.
Yep, sounds about right.
All right. So where do we want to start this? Where should we all meet? Where should all the characters? Where should this AU start from?
We can start with the people we like most, or we could start with, order of introduction, things like that.
How about we talk about some of the systems to get some of the character juice flowing? Like, let's put it this way. I think it's pretty obvious to everybody that we're going to be putting the Butterfly Mansion girls in the medical system.
Exactly.
Yeah. The only one who I think could be considered an exception is maybe Kanao. She's always been, more of an aggressive character than some of the other ones. And I don't remember if this is canon or not, but I feel like she was less interested in the medical aspects than everyone else. She was more the, go out and fight demons kind of person. So maybe she went into EMS, just so she could be more on the scene. But she really probably wants to go to the police academy, or maybe she has joined the police because, she's more about being on the scene and getting things done.
I do know that at least by where my house is, there the firefighting department has an EMT service. And it's like a truck or rather ambulance associated with that particular area, operating outside of the fire station. So it's possible that she's working in a Suedo medical field, but more closely with another field.
Yeah, she could honestly be a firefighter paramedic if you wanted her to be.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fair. I think those cars as well myself, although there aren't that many around here. I say even though my own house, burned got a fire a few years back.
I mean, my one of the dorms at my college caught on fire and was like burning for hours, even though because some idiots decided they couldn't cook well.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that.
But if we're gonna look at the medical field, I think Sparta, you put Kaigaku and Zenitsu as EMS, and I feel like that does fit. Maybe because it's thunder and they're supposed to be quick, so it kind of feels like driving. They're quick to the scene, they're quick to help. What else?
Well, we can put the Shinazagawa brothers in the police force.
Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely.
They already are in canon.
And also, I mentioned off recording already, how I want like a strong rivalry between, Tsunemi and Giyu, kind of like they have in canon. And obviously, Giyu and the rest of the water people are associated with water, so it makes sense to them to be firefighters. But also, Tsunemi seems like the kind of person who's just like get in there, beat the shit out of people. So yeah, he's a perfect cop.
I think a perfect firefighter would be Tengen, honestly, because he gets to be flamboyant and like with the sound of the ambulance everywhere, just ringing through more than anything.
Absolutely.
I don't know.
No, but think about the flamboyance. Think about the flamboyance in Arrival.
I know one thought I had way back when is I think Tsunemi and Obanai would be good partners for a time. And they like their partnership would end. Like it would be one of those like accepting partnerships where they're both, grumpy towards each other, but they work together well. And then when the two new recruits come, the new recruits being Genya and Inosuke, Obanai would get Genya and Tsunemi would get Inosuke. And that would really piss off Tsunemi because he's like, what are you doing hanging around with my brother? He's my little brother. I should be hanging around with my little brother.
Tsunemi turns into a Brocon. Nice.
Sorry, the thought of Inosuke being a cop is just hilarious to me for some reason.
No, he's not just a cop. He's a SWAT police. He's the guy who kicks down doors whenever you need someone to breach someplace.
Great. Now I'm just picturing like Inosuke going full planks and then grabbing him and bashing down the door with his head.
No, he would do that. That's what the SWAT people would do. He would do that in Inosuke if he was SWAT.
I am the king of battering rams. Boom.
That's good. What do we think our boy Tanjiro would be?
All breath of water.
Firefight. Interesting. He's a breath of the sun user, and he's also a breath of water user. So it's probably closer to firefighting, I suppose.
I do feel. Yeah, and I do feel Nezuko would like maybe her and Kanao could be the firefighter EMS team.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. That would fit with the Kanao going her own direction kind of thing. So let's see. Who else?
I feel like they're just such a good pair.
What do we think about Gyome?
I think police.
I'm just honestly, I was thinking of the mascots of firefighters being cats, just because I know like the fire station near my house is associated with cats, and I'd be like, Gyome would totally want to be like that big guy in a firefighter suit and involved with the cats at the station.
And obviously,
I can see that.
He wouldn't be blind, obviously.
That is true as well.
But I also feel like Gyome fits the perfect appearance for a chief of police, especially if you give him a mustache. Like he's, big and intimidating. He's older, and he. I can't think of anyone better to be the chief of police.
Well, what
And
if
also, just pick him going like him having to tag along on a drug bust, and he just has a freaking shotgun.
Okay, how about this then? When I'm an actual first responder at my university, and we have like these people from supervising, because we have police, we have EMTs, like actual campus police, who are usually at like events like sports games and whatnot. There's always some like overarching superintendent involved with coordinating it. So we could say that maybe Gyome was either a firefighter or a policeman, whichever one, but he was promoted, so technically he's not part of it now, but is more of like the liaison between different things. So he's like the supervisor commissioner of public safety in the area.
I could see that. I could see that.
Yeah, absolutely.
'Cause I feel
He
like
deserves a high.
that would he is older, he's more responsible, that kind of thing. So it would work in that respect. So okay, so we have Gyome. What about Mitsuri?
I was just thinking the same thing. Where would you put Mitsuri? You could
She's
put her under.
she's the love Hashira. Love is with the heart. She likes hearts. Let's make her a doctor. Or
We could do that.
Or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do that.
I feel like she could fit in every place, though. You know, she could even be, a social worker or something.
her
'cause,
heart is on fire, and she's using that fire to put out other fires as a firewoman.
And also, love is derived from Breath of Fire, so you could also justify her being, in that area of, firefighting. But I also bubbly and like invested in things. Maybe she would want to be more helpful with people. Maybe she's EMS. Maybe she's a cop. She could fit anywhere. It's really hard.
Maybe she's.
Yeah.
What if we made her like Gyome's like deputy, so she can do all three, if anything.
I can see that.
Okay, so then what?
So it's kind of
yeah.
So Gyome is essentially in charge of emergency responses in general. Like a
usually
safety commissioner.
Yeah, like usually you have.
And so Mitsuri would be almost like his secretary or assistant, but instead of someone who's at a desk, it's like she is the direct person on the ground. Whenever she's there, she's watching over people.
So she wouldn't be a secretary in that case. She would be like the deputy, because if like for whatever reason Gyome's not available, she's in charge. We could do that.
Or even like if Gyome's in one place, he puts her in another place to like make sure that everything's good.
Yeah, no, that could work. We have those in actual emergencies. It's in base camp is what we call it. So that would work.
Kaguya, do you think he should be the mayor or the chief of staff at the hospital?
We could say that maybe he was the chief staff of the hospital before he ran for mayor and became mayor.
And then his, competition, the main person vying for mayor would be Muzan.
Yeah, that would work.
Who would also he'd be a wealthy businessman with a lot of underground connection.
He's the scummy health insurance magnate. More or less. Yeah, I could see that working. What are we gonna put the Rengokus as? Are they just firefighters in general? Because I feel like they would be firefighters.
Shinjiro could be, like the head of the fire department or something. With Orokudaki being like a retired head, or like just like a retired, like Orokudaki could be a trainer.
Orokudaki could be. How about this? We could have Shinjiro be the current commissioner of the fire department, so he's the head honcho. And then Orokudaki was the former commissioner after working his way through the ranks, but then retired to become more of a trainer, to be back in the trenches, if you will, to an extent, to help people out.
Yeah.
Okay, and
then Rengoku.
Yeah, Rengoku, Shinjiro, they're following in the footsteps.
Shinjiro and Tanjiro, it could be really cute to see the two of them being like the rookies trying to help out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would work. That would work. Okay.
And while Muichiro is associated with water because he's mist, I feel like Muichiro would make a good like doctor or
Wait,
even EMS.
I think he would be a policeman, honestly. Like, have you that cold attitude, if anything? Like, like that disciplined, focused attitude. He could be like a contrast to Tsunemi, like the two sides of the police. And then you have like the
I could
brash
see
one,
that.
and then you have the Muichiro, the calm, cool, collected, serious guy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, them playing good cop, bad cop. I'll break your fucking legs.
And for whatever
And then
reason,
he takes a
Tsunemi's
step
the
back.
good cop.
Fucking legs. I'm gonna let him unless you tell me.
No,
Sonny
no,
being. Oh my god.
no. Tsunemi's the good cop because he's not
Mhm.
because he actually has a soft spot for Genya and will, not the way. But because you don't know what Morichiro's thinking, he'll just turn the tables on you when he's just sitting there in silence, and he'd be worse than Tsunemi.
He's just sitting there foaming at the mouth, and the criminal's like, "What is going on? What the fuck is going on?"
Basically. Okay, so we have that. So
Any of the pillars?
we already let's see it. Let me count. We did Uzui, we did Shinobu and Kanae already. We did Rengoku, we did Muichiro, we did Giyu, we did Sanemi, we did Mitsuri, we did Obanai, and then who else did we? And Gyome. Yes, we did all 9 of the Hashira. Well, 10 if we include Kanae.
Snect is alive.
Is that a Snect I see?
Holy shit.
A wild Snect appears, guys. Get ready. Get your Pokeballs ready. All right. Well, while she takes some time to manifest from the up there, she is. Hey, Snect.
Wait, what's going on?
Long story short, we decided to talk about a freeform AU involving first responders, and we are basically adapting KNY characters to a real world scenario in either the medical healthcare industry, in a hospital, the fire department, or the police department.
Okay, sure.
Because you were late, so we couldn't do Mean Girls. Thanks.
All right, that's fine.
Hint for a future
I'm sorry.
episode: it's Mean Girls. If you haven't figured it out just from that.
Mm-hmm.
Get in, loser. We're doing Mean Girls.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
It's all good, Snect. We're having fun.
Let me finish my fruit roll up. Okay,
No,
let's.
I haven't had that in forever, man. That's been so long.
Yeah.
Give me the fruit roll up. I want it.
You remember?
Listen, Gil.
Yo, you guys remember Fruit by the Foot? That was pretty cool.
That was.
What's the difference? I don't know the difference between a fruit roll up and a fruit by the foot. I really don't.
I think it's just the way it's stored and how long and how much and how long it is.
Anyway, we're
Okay, we did all the Hashira. We did like the Kamaboko trio already. We did Nezuko and the Butterfly Girls. So, and we did some of the earlier responders, if anything. So, like in some of the earlier like predecessors of the Demon Slayer Corps. So, and we did Muzan and Kagaya. So, who else could we do potentially?
What do you think Kokushibu would be in like a criminal way?
In a criminal way.
I just had a great thought. He could be like what if Koku is the chief of police or something?
Nice. Amazing. 10 out of 10 idea.
Because if we're having, Muzan try and, be this underground connections trying to take over, he'd want a hand in every pot.
Oh, so, look, Snect vanished out of existence again.
I blew them away with that idea.
Not that long, though.
But no, what I was going to say is, if we say that we have Duma be, someone high up in the hospital, and then we could have
Doma's on the board of the hospital, like one of the hospital boards, like members.
Yeah.
Fair.
Kokushibu is the chief of police, and then you could say Akaza maybe is, like one of the firefighters, he's one of the veterans. but behind the scenes they're all doing illegal stuff. But it's like they maintain these good public figures, kind of
Hmm.
in that.
I would think Akaza would be like the deputy chief of police in that case.
Maybe, but I feel like we need someone in the firefighter area to make sure that they have a hand in every pot.
Well, that's Gyoko.
But at the
then.
same,
Gyoko, the water.
What about Daki? Daki, ironically. No.
well, I was gonna go with Akaza because he kills Rengoku.
Okay, but do we have any fire demons? Hantengu?
Hisenchu.
He's not like.
He's
Well,
not.
yeah.
He is not involved in this conversation.
We'll get to that later. We'll get to OCs after we're done.
But anyway, so where I would think Yoko could be in the fire department just because he's the water pillar more than he's the water demon more than anything.
Actually,
I never know what to do with Gyoko. He's a fucking mess of a character.
Well, I mean, it's one thing that Wani Sensei never gave him any backstory. I feel like that was a waste. Plus, Gyoko's not a very interesting character.
He looks interesting. He looks like
he
Rainbow
looks interesting, but in terms of personality,
he's a brick.
Well, we've already seen prick demons, though. That's the thing.
Exactly, we have seen some pretty prick demons.
So if that's all he is, then there's really nothing special there.
With a B.
He's a brick demon. He's a brick demon, not a prick demon.
Yeah, brick, as in he's just there. Nothing to him.
Oh, duh.
Kind of like a bricked computer.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all forgot about Gyoko-Zar. So yeah, we could put Akaza as deputy chief of police or a veteran in the fire department. It's up to you guys. I do feel like he could fit better with the police, but I'm not sure.
I mean, if we're putting the flamboyant Tengen into the fire department, then it wouldn't be out of place for someone with a lively personality like Gyoko. Because I mean, compared to Hantengu, Gyoko has more of a personality and closer.
What if Tengen does landslide rescue, where he uses sound, those sound tools to find people?
He's a search and rescue. I've done that as part of my C-cert position, a drills for that. When you go into a collapsing building to search for people.
Yeah.
He could also, be a radio operator or something.
That is true as well. Wait a minute. Who's the drivers?
I feel like Gyu would have to be the driver of one of them, and Rengoku could
just make Goto the driver.
All right, let's think about this. What would each of the Hashi
Murata.
do if they were being...
Murata is more the...
Yeah, Murata would probably be the driver. If we had a driver in the fire department, let's see. Tanjiro would probably screw up more than once. Tengen would be...
Well, he's a rookie. You can't put too much on the rookie.
Yeah, Tengen would probably just do everything to the knife's edge in terms of turning and speed, in terms of braking.
He'd probably just violate so many road laws.
Yeah.
Nemi's just chasing a fucking fire truck as it's drifting around town. Pull over, asshole! I gotta get to a fuck, bro. Pull over! My driving is too flamboyant for you.
Something like that. And then, let's see. Okay, Gyu would be a little too airheaded, I would feel. Although he would probably be second best after Murata. Then...
He'd be a great driver, but he'd obey all the traffic laws.
He's a bit airheaded. I don't think so.
Just Gyu stopping at a red light. Gyu, there's a fire. We gotta go. But it's a red light. Just put on the fucking lights.
Okay, and then Rengoku, he's a little too straightforward, I would feel. So I feel like that would kind of prevent him from trying to break other traffic rules in terms of other pedestrians.
Yeah, he's like, Rengoku, you have to push the cars to the side. We need to get to the burning building. Rengoku's like, I can't break I can't break traffic laws.
It would be rude to all of them,
Nezuko would
whose
burn
like
rubber,
time
too.
have been consumed.
It would be improper for me to break traffic laws.
It would.
Yeah, so we'd have to make Murata the driver. Okay. And then in the police corner,
I feel like if Rengoku was the driver, he'd be like, when there's a hole, I will drive through it.
no, when there's a hole,
Rengoku,
I will
no.
avoid it. That's what he's gonna do. And he has nightmares of
If there's a
Akaza.
hole, I will avoid it.
He's got nightmares of Akaza putting a hole through his chest, so he's like, I have to avoid all the holes I can see.
Oh yeah, wait, no, that's another reason why Akaza could be a cop. He loves donuts.
And beating people up.
Um,
Anyways, wait, but what if like Rengoku has to, do the deed? Does that mean he's afraid of it?
Well,
Like,
you decided to go there, Snack.
If he has to like do the deed, will he be like, oh no, a hole, I can't do it?
Well, he never gets any in the manga anyway, so I feel like it wouldn't matter.
Anyway, I feel like Duma would be a serial killer who like keeps his patients like keeps his kills on ice, and I see him as the kind of person who would dance with a frozen dead body. Let's put it that way. He's
on the board of the hospital, and what he did is that he donated a bunch of medical bodies for science thanks to his, in quotes, excellent negotiations of getting people to donate their bodies to medical science.
Yeah. Donate.
Donate in quotes. And convince in quotes.
Just Dr. Duma walks into a room. Don't worry, sir. I'll find a liver for you.
Then you hear screams down the hall, and then you hear nothing.
It just walks in with the fucking liver.
Hey, here's your liver.
Bro, it would be awesome though if Doma just like, what if he's like a vigilante? Like he chops up. Yes, he chops up. Vigilante, excuse me. Okay, so listen, what if he just chops up rich people and gives their body organs to poor people?
No, I feel like again, like combining with the serial killer sitting on an office board and the ice demon, blood demon art, it would be like he regularly donates like the bodies of his victims for medical science as that part of that. It doesn't necessarily have to be like rich or poor though. That's like his cover, and that's why he sits on the board, because he's like the one in charge of getting the stuff that med students need to do and use for learning.
For Hantengu, I feel like he'd have the outward appearance of like a Mother Teresa kind of figure. Father to all these children. He runs adoption, but what he's really doing is kind of like human trafficking.
Oh God.
Bro, have Gyome bust his ass. Have him just like.
Oh, Gyome will bust his ass with a shotgun.
Have him
That's
like just.
Genya's job. Genya's the one with the shotgun.
Pantango is like, what are you gonna do? Shoot me? You can't aim? And Gyume's like, come here. And then Genya just comes in with a full-on shotgun.
Start running. I can hear your footsteps better if you run.
Mm-hmm.
We're not in space, so we can hear you scream.
And of course, Gyutaro and Daki leads prostitution and sex trafficking. Gyutaro is the muscle. Like anything goes down.
He's a Gyutaro. He's an actual Gyu this time.
Yeah.
All right. So we've done that. All
What I
right.
had for Enma, like Enmu. What if Enmu uses like he could be someone who works in the hospital maybe, but he uses like what's the
Freudian psychology. Got it.
no yeah, he could be a psychologist. He
Dreams.
uses anesthetic. What's the other gas?
Laughing gas.
No, the one that puts you to sleep.
That's
anesthesia?
Yeah, that's anesthesia.
Okay, so I had it right.
Yeah.
He anesthetic gases in bank robberies. I don't know why that's a thought that came to my head, but that seems great. Or
I
maybe
always
just
thought that Enma was gonna be the guy who stalks like the ambulances when they leave the hospital and just goes with them to like locations where he pick up new victims along the way.
I could see that.
All right,
But I definitely see he's associated with dreams. I see him as someone who uses like anesthetic or something like that.
We get some Inception level shit going.
But what would it accomplish, though?
Well, I mean,
Well, it would
we
not
have a guy on the medical board who basically shoves his leftovers as medical donations for cadavers. And then, so I mean, it could do a lot of things. So it could do a lot of things if Enmu has a purpose.
Yeah, Freud was a very sketchy dude.
He was on
Yeah, Freud
cocaine
did
for
cocaine.
quite a while when he was making his theories.
There was also like super sketchy shit that he did, but I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
Okay, where would you guys put Rui? What could you see Rui doing?
Rui, he is a reptile. No, he is an entomologist. Like he is like a spider breeder.
No.
And he breeds spiders.
No.
And
Here's
he like sells his spiders for like super expensive.
Now here's
Wait,
what
also, he is keeping his family in a hostage situation because he looks like a little kid, but he's actually an adult. So it's like
He's a midget.
No, I was going to say that he's one of the long-term patients in the children's ward, and then he's using his influence to make it his own castle within the hospital.
Okay.
So he's, a less minor character. Like, he's a more minor character. He's not, directly associated with Muzan. He's just, a little shit who's, controlling everyone around him.
And within the hospital. The entire floor of pediatric patients is, and some of the patients, and separated by the hospital doors, which lead to the adult area, they are under his control. They work for him. He does not work for them or the hospital.
Interesting. Thoughts on Susumaru and Yaiba?
They're professional athletes who enjoy injuring their opponents.
Oh boy.
That's a thought. I was thinking the team could, be like Susumaru. I feel like could either be a cop or a firefighter. Yaiba feels like he'd be fitting his EMS.
I was gonna say, you know what? Yaiba is like introspective. He closes his eyes and he can like see things in a better, like, even though he doesn't have eyes in his head, he has only in his palm. I was gonna be like, what if he is like that medical student that goes bad while in med school?
Mm-hmm.
Bad in what way?
Like unethical, racist, sexist, homophobic.
Basically, yes.
He is the doctor that people who are affected by health disparities and systemic racism always, complain about. He is that doctor.
Such a bad name.
Yes.
So kind of like a Dr. Mengele kind of thing.
Yeah, but like
not as evil.
He's a doctor. He's a doctor that shows holds prejudice and exhibits discrimination after med school. But he's a medical student, I would think.
Yeah.
And he's doing rounds in the hospital. And then Yaiba could be like the physical therapy section of the hospital if you wanted. Like, because they have different wards for in a hospital. They usually have
Yeah.
different wards for different things, different sections. And I was thinking, you know what, Yaiba could be from like the physical therapy section.
Okay.
Okay, so
Any Tsumaru?
no, that's Susumaru. I meant. I'm sorry.
Oh, Susumaru in physical therapy.
Yeah, Susumaru's the physical therapy, and then Yahaba's the medical student who's gone bad.
If we do put Susumaru in physical therapy, I picture her as the kind of person who kind of revels in the like other people kind of like struggling. So she puts up a good face. It's like, you can do it, but she really is just pushing you past your limits just to watch you keep failing and seeing you come back every week just to fail.
You failed once again.
Or she also like manhandles her like patients.
Oh, absolutely.
Just so she can get like more money out of them.
All right, here's what I'm going to do for your physical
Kyo
therapy. I'm going to stretch your legs this way and your other leg that way. What? It's going against your knee plane? Don't worry about it. It'll be just fine. As long as you do what I say.
You were stupid. So stupid for listening to me. And by the way,
Sparta just quoting his ex-girlfriends.
The stupid line is actually a Monica Magica reference because Susumaru and Saik actually share an English voice actress.
Oh.
Yeah. You guys didn't know that?
Last character I can think of.
Kyo guy. He uses ultrasound, but like, he is like the gynecologist that people fear.
Well, I mean, he could be the radar guy from the police or from the fire department then.
Okay, that too.
Any other thoughts? Because I see directions we can go now that we've gone through all the characters. We can think of any funny scenarios. Like one is, I love the idea of a fire department versus police department, kind of like field day.
Do hockey.
Oh, the firefighters put on their fireproof gear and then like set themselves on fire and run at the police, and the cops are like, "Hey, that's not fair.
This is the worst game of football I've ever played." But now I just picture Tsunemi and Giyu having a very intense volleyball match and not letting anyone else get in.
You're playing with the rest of your team, dude. No, we're not. This is between me and him.
Can you stand on the fucking sidelines or you're gonna get smashed?
I think Yomi will have to intervene." Wait, what department does he do?
What'd you call him again? Chief of Safety, Rad? I think Rad went AFK. But another funny thought I had is, currently we have all the Kochos alive. And we probably would have Gomo and
Kane goes up to like Tsunemi and Giyu and she's like, "Okay, guys, let's stop." Then just catches the ball barehanded, like Thor with his hammer. Like,
yes. But no, I was gonna say, if the Kochos invite, their boyfriends over for dinner,
oh god.
Like Tsunemi and Giyu just roll up to the door and like they both reach for the door and just look at each other like, "What the fuck are you doing here?" Andrew has to come up and be like, "Hey guys, chill. Just fucking chill." And then Aoi goes into the kitchen at one point and just finds Inosuke, who snuck in through the window and is just eating the food. And she's like, "What the fuck are you doing here?" And then Shinobu walks in. "Oh, is this your boyfriend?" "No." "Yes, I am the stay for dinner. He's cute. And the other thought I had was we could talk about where our original characters could fit in these scenarios.
I think Sarume would definitely be like, maybe like drug and mental health de-escalation, like that kind of thing. Although I don't think she'd be very good at it. I think Masahiro would be better at that. He'd be like...
Masahiro, I feel like, would be like a retired, military vet who went into the police force because he just needed something a little more chill, but he still acts like he's a dick.
I think
Just my
Sarume
read on that character.
Sorry. I think he'd be like, she'd be like, when someone's about to jump, she'd be like, hey, you want weed? If you jump, you can't get this good kush.
Yeah.
Just some dude is fucking tweaking out on like heroin or like cocaine or some shit and is like wild. And she's just avoiding him, like attacking her like ultra instinct shit. Like, you need to chill the fuck out, man.
Or she's like, she gets him into handcuffs, like very easily. Like he doesn't even see her. Like, bam, handcuffs on. Bam, got him against the wall. And then she like calls.
He's like, if you think I'm good with handcuffing you should see what I can do to my girlfriend.
Oh my god. Or like if someone's like, yeah, I feel like she'd be like, yeah, just an ultra instinct.
The weed gives her superpowers.
Yes, the weed gives her like, she doesn't seem like someone who would be like a good like mental health drug de-escalator, but like
I mean, she'd be better than Hisenshu. Hisenshu would just be a fucking arsonist.
Yeah, Hisenshu would be like, I'm gonna set you on fire.
No, Hisenshu would just be walking around drinking and just like, what's this moose on my way to burn out? Okay, got it. Just like shoves a bit, sticks a rag in it, lights it, tosses. Just keeps walking, doesn't even stop. What about you, Sparta? Can you think of any of your OCs? It's pretty much mostly James, huh?
Yeah, that's pretty much all I can think of right now, other than the OCs and Flameslayer, which are kind of redundant to use.
Yeah.
I feel like James would be a police officer too, because he mentioned being a bounty hunter in the West, like during the daytime, obviously.
Oh, has he seen like Bass Reeves?
Bass Reeves. I mean, I'm familiar with the dog, the bounty hunter.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, that Bass Reeves. Okay. Wow. He's made more than 3,000 arrests and killed 14 people in self-defense, and was the first black marshal west of the Mississippi River.
I'm trying to think if I have any demon OCs who would be good to talk about here.
Yeah, I'm gonna post this Wikipedia link in the chat. Okay. Hold on. This absolute mad lad right here.
Look at his mustache.
Yeah, that's what my first thought too was.
So big. It's like a
yeah. I feel like at most he could be like a 911 operator. Hey yo, it's Yo. What's your problem?
Oh my god!
Gotcha, man. What can I do for you?
Sensei Sarume.
Here, I heard you were in trouble.
I heard you were in trouble, so I'm gonna come, okay? You better not, better not fuck around. 'Cause I'm a bad bitch. And I will fuck you up. Anyways, please stay in the same area. Yo.
If you want some weed, let me know now. I'll swing by with some.
Zappy.
Is Rad back? Rad, are you alive? His thing is blooping in and out. Does he need? Is he doing SOS? Someone defibrillate him. I have a lot of OCs, but it's like I feel like the hardest thing is to find a good place for your bad characters. And since all of my Slayers, which is where most of my OCs ended up going at the moment, are like reversed, they would be demons. I mean, I guess I could do them as good characters. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I think you could do either way.
Because I feel like obviously Hisenshu is going to be a bad person. He's just a bad person. But like Hayate would make a great fucking cop.
Yeah.
Aisha would probably be like a really good EMS.
Mm-hmm.
Because she has a very calming personality. She's very focused. She'd take care of
Chill.
Like Magiri Yamakiri would definitely be a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
He would be great at like deathbed care. He'd be like, "Don't worry, man. You got this shit. You're gonna be fine. You're gonna get through this." On the other side, great place for you.
Oh my.
I feel like Rikishi would be another like really good police officer. Probably retired at this point. Yeah, he'd be what you would expect a police officer to look like. A big dude eating donuts.
He uses sumo skills to like take down criminals.
Oh yeah,
He
it'd be
just
fucking
sumo wrestler.
My hole isn't just used for words; it's used for stuffing things into
it. No, he's just like and so just walks towards someone like, "Don't worry, man. Put down the gun. Everything will be okay." It's like, I'm gonna shoot you, man. I'm gonna shoot you, man. No, you're not. No one's gonna get shot. Just boom, boom. Just rushes him, and the dude flies across the room.
No one's gonna get shot because I just decked you across the room, buddy. When did we mention Bass Reeves, by the way? Because I feel like I kind of just passed out, in case none of you noticed.
James was talking. I mean,
oh
sorry.
No, we noticed.
James was an outlaw, not an outlaw, a bounty hunter. So so Sparta said he could be a cop.
He's the new dog for the bounty hunter.
Yeah. And then we brought up Bass Reeves because I said Bass Reeves was cool. And Bass Reeves is cool. Look at that mustache. Look at that mustache.
Dad.
I think Masahiro could be a mental health crisis hotline responder.
Well, I was going to say Masahiro would probably be a retired military vet who would probably go into the police.
I feel like he would be higher up on the chain than Gyome, though. That's the thing. So that's the question.
You think so damn highly of Masahiro?
It's just because of it's also because he's older than Gyome and he's worked his way up through there at the end of the day. It also has to do with the fact that is his age, more or less. But either way, I think one of those could probably work. But you could say he retired though. But I do stick to the point that considering he is older than Gyome by about 8-ish years in actuality, he probably worked his way up higher than at least to Gyome's level before he retired, if anything.
I'm gonna think. Omizurami, I feel like she'd be like a firefighter. Not sure.
Oh, she'd be super good at wielding a hose. Like, I mean, she might destroy some like housing, but like she go like hua hua hua, hiya, just
It's
fight
just
the fire.
collateral damage.
She just like wield it like a bow staff. She like swing it around and like put out all the fire.
No, wait, I got it. Masahiro is not that. He's the lawyer that defends everyone when they screw up on the job.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
He's like, excuse me. Already thought like 10 legal steps ahead of you, okay? Okay, first of all.
Why do you think the city pays me the big bucks? It's because you guys screw up so much, and I'm the one who always gets you out of it. Your Honor, clearly what Omizurami, did I butcher the name? Fuck. I'm sorry.
No.
You got it.
Okay, no, clearly, Your Honor, Omizurami was just doing some part of her job. It's under the Good Samaritan law. It cannot be charged with a crime and property of destruction.
Your Honor, clearly Sarume was, she acted in self-defense. Therefore,
And she
you
just
cannot
so
charge
happened
her.
to be exposed to marijuana in the process of defending herself. Ergo,
Yeah,
she cannot be
so-
held accountable.
Also, it shows in these medical records.
Kilo that was in her pocket.
It was confiscated from an earlier bust. It's known that some officers have left some things in their minds, but as long as it wasn't taken away from the premise of the police force, it cannot be considered smuggling outside of the legal grounds.
Also, Miss Hebiyama has been suffering from back pain in the past few months. Therefore, she is medically eligible for marijuana.
As you can see by this doctor's note right here, which is clearly 6 months old.
Meanwhile, Tamayo was the one who gave her the note.
Yeah. Tamayo's the backroom doctor.
Tamayo's like,
I
shit,
do everything.
She's like, look, I make sure everyone has like a medical reason, okay? Anything medical, I handle it. Insurance, I handle it.
So she's like that doctor from the Dallas Buyers Club who lives in Mexico because he got disbarred, even though he knows better than all the doctors in the States itself.
Exactly.
Okay. So then, alright, so we did OCs, we did other things. Yushiro's clearly still the simp who's apprenticing under Tamayo, obviously.
Physician's assistant or resident?
Physician's assistant, I would say.
Okay.
Technically, Tamayo doesn't have a license anymore.
Technically.
Technically speaking, Your Honor, my client was acting under the Good Samaritan law, which would not have placed anyone else under the same restrictions as you were claiming the defense and prosecution are claiming it would be. So therefore, she cannot be charged this way.
Yeah, sure. Let's go with that.
Hey, he's the lawyer. Masahiro will get him out of the sticky situation. Your Honor, it just so happened that the fumes from the location of said incident, combined with the fire, is the reason why my client Hisenshu was drunk at the time. It was a clear risk on the behalf of the environmental risk, if anything. So that's why he cannot be charged for being drunk. It was a hazard that he took in place of others, thereby saving them from it.
I was gonna say, Hisenshu would just be a fucking arsonist. He wouldn't give a shit. He'd walk around with alcohol, looking like a homeless dude, and every time like Muzan told him to burn the place down, he'd take a sip of the bottle, shove in a rag, light it, toss it, and just keep going.
Oh, did we not? Did we do Hisenshu when I passed out and I didn't hear it?
Yes.
Okay, then that explains it.
I feel like Onoko would also be like search and rescue.
Yeah,
Because she
Komai
can
would
also
Komai
hero.
would probably be the same thing. She can get anywhere. She's flexible as hell.
Yay, they're partners. Partners in crime. I mean, rescuing.
The crime of being too good at rescuing. Your Honor, my clients are being sued because they are so good at their jobs, everyone else is feeling like it is a problem, relatively speaking. This is clearly the case for dismissal. It has nothing to do with the fact that they are both excellent first responders.
Yeah,
I
let's
feel
go.
like Onoko would like hear, and then she'd be like, Komai, to the right, to the right, to the left, to the left.
Masahiro defending
Take it back
James.
now, y'all.
Bounty hunting in the United States is legal. We were not in Mexico at the time. It is perfectly safe.
I think I went over all my good OCs. I even said GKO would just be like a 9/11 operator.
I feel like Nimki would be like, she'd probably be like cold weather search and rescue.
Or if you want to keep her associated with, Zen and Kaigaku, is there like such a thing as a person who's in charge of first responders? Oh my god, Zar made us art. We're gonna have to post this.
Oh,
that's
Maybe
amazing.
She could be an operator, like, because like she's a thunder breather, so she does electricity stuff. Or a hacker. Or she might even do accounting. Or she might be a lawyer against like tax fraud.
You
I
know
don't know.
what? I think that Fuyune would probably be the person who drives like the fire helicopter or the medical helicopter from the air.
Oh yeah.
Because she has to one up Tengen, if anything, as the eldest.
Hey Tengen, check out my helicopter. Do you have a helicopter?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. I couldn't hear that over the words of my helicopter blades.
I just want to say my favorite part about the art that Zar shared is just the smile on Inosuke's face when he gets picked up as a battering ram.
Who's doing the battering ram again? Is that you? I can't tell.
It's Tsunemi. Look at the hair and the scars on the face.
I don't know. That expression looks too Gyu-ish. It's not like this hot-blooded Tsunemi.
It looked like one. It's clearly Tsunemi. And besides, we already Tsunemi would be the cop, and that Inosuke would be his junior.
What are Zenitsu and Kaigaku?
They're first responders.
They're
like EMTs.
Yeah, EMS drivers.
Okay, so Nimki could probably like work the
Your Honor, does it matter that the driver Zenitsu, my client, fell asleep at the wheel when no one was hurt? He clearly has the qualifications to be sleeping and driving. There was no reason to be suing him for this at this point in time.
But what do you have to say about the fact that when he woke up, he immediately started proposing to the injured woman they were trying to drive back?
That's a Title IX violation.
As he is a driver who is separated from the actual EMT work, he, at this point, this particular situation for his job request, does not count as providing care and holding a situation over said patient. Ergo, he is able to do so. It may be unethical, but it's not illegal, and thus, legally speaking, cannot be good for dismissal.
Just Zenitsu's crying in the corner.
Zenitsu, I got you off because technically, while everyone agrees that was slimy what you did, it was not illegal. The law says you can't. That never says you can't do it. Just that people would look down on you for it.
Zenitsu, next time you do that, I'm gonna throw you out of the ambulance.
Just Starmie walks up while Masahiro is saying that. Oh, someone finally got Zenitsu off.
And like, yeah, she'd be like, "Oh my god, that little shit."
Thankfully, I managed to make the jury and the judge all too sad to convict him or sentence him to any punishment. They all got him off.
Look at this little shit. Look at him. He's pathetic. Do you really want to throw him in jail?
Anna, I was just kidding when I said throw him out of the ambulance. You know, guys,
You do realize
give him a
that
second
a
chance.
sleeping Zenitsu is somehow better a driver of an ambulance than anyone who's awake, right?
Yeah, it's his anxiety working, you guys. You know, that's a problem. Some
Honestly,
people
Never
have.
you'd
say-
be in more
never
trouble
tell-
for throwing
never
him
tell
out.
Never tell Kaigaku to throw Zenitsu out of the ambulance. He will take it seriously.
This is why Kaigaku and Zenitsu both drive different ambulances when they have to drive.
Just the two of them
Yeah.
trying to ram into each other in a race to get there.
Your Honor,
Imki's
just
like,
because
Anna, boys,
Your Honor,
please stop.
Your Honor, this
My
was not a
blood
drag
pressure.
race between ambulances. This was both ambulances trying to get to the patient at the same time and at the same maximum efficiency. This was in no shape or form an illegal street race. You cannot charge them for illegal drag racing as the police would have it.
Just
I
fucking
think-
Zenitsu and Kaigaku shooting tasers at each other while they're racing.
I think she'll be like, boys, you do that again. You guys are the ones who are gonna get defibrillated next time.
The judge just simply asks, why are Zenitsu and Kaigaku tasing each other in the back? It's like, Your Honor, are we really here to discuss that? Because they haven't been charged with that at all. They've only been here to charge with a crime. So who cares? The thing is, like, the people would like. I feel like a lot of the branches would appreciate, but also be like really reluctant because, like, in that situation, Tsunemi is like fuming at Masahiro for getting Zenitsu, Uzui, and Kaigaku off for like breaking speeding laws, and yet he knows Tsunemi has to deal with the fact that Masahiro saved him and some other police officers from going to jail when defending them as well.
Yeah, like.
And then
What
just,
did you
Masahiro
do this
has this
time?
wall of like tallies. He's like, these are all the times I had to save one of your asses from going to jail, and I managed to do it. And then he just shows a blank wall. This is the amount of times I failed to do that. So shut up and stop complaining.
Mhm.
Yeah, no.
Do you think Gyome would get in trouble?
Well, Gyome is the chief of police.
Yeah.
No. The commissioner, the county commissioner or something.
Okay, yeah.
So
I feel like he would get in trouble because, like, for tax fraud. I don't know, because he uses all his money to like have a bunch of cats.
Your Honor, this was simply because the IRS did not realize that one man could spend so much on charity that his entire taxes are just one giant tax credit.
Just Gomez sitting there hiding like 10 cats in his jacket. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I don't have any cats.
Sarame is like, that's why I never come over anymore. No.
Does
You know-
Sarame have a cat allergy?
No, she's probably like, I almost got arrested for weed possession. You can have all these cats and be fine. It's a disease breeding ground.
Masahiro, we can
Some
write
of them
this
are not-
off as therapy for your job expenses. These are all therapy animals, so it's clearly not illegal to have them all.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Sarame would be like, bitch, pay for my weed. It's my therapy.
Well, I gotta go bounce. I'll see you guys later.
Hold
Yeah,
on. I think now that you're saying you gotta bounce, after Masahiro's doing bouncing checks, I think we can all say this. This was a good episode, in all honesty, for being 1 hour. So
Exactly.
for everyone watching, thank you for sticking with us through this 1 hour free form of the First Responder AU. Whether we'll do another one, we'll see. But honestly, I think we could do some scenario meetings like we did with the role play the other day with all of our Cs. That would be fun. Just more like, because we were kind of doing that here. What about you guys say?
Listen, I'm always ready to, improvise and bullshit.
Yep. Wait, are we being recorded? Oh no. Okay.
Well, we've been recording for the last hour.
Son of
Although
a
for
bitch,
you,
I'm
the
wearing a
last
wire.
45 minutes.
Oh my god.
But yeah, all right, everyone. So, Sparta had to dip. So, thanks for joining,
Snack
Sparta.
walks in
But
here.
anyway.
Oh no, I've revealed too much.
But yeah, anyway, everyone, thanks for joining. Hope to see you next week, where we may do Mean Girls, we may not, but we're gonna do it at some point in the future, provided that Snack can get here on time and actually pay for recording.
I'm so sorry. I thought we were starting at 10.
I put it in the chat, and then you put a bunch of posts that literally blocked it when you had to try scrolling up. This is what happened last time as well.
Did I?
Yeah. This is what happened last time again.
You started with the grilled cheese. Oh wait, no, those are all mine.
That was
I'm
you,
sorry.
and then we started afterwards. But yeah, anyways, thanks everybody. So until next time, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. I will continue shit posting well into the future.
Bye.